First off, before I start this video, I just want to say rest in peace, my fellow family members who died, 4 of them in the coyote attack. You guys probably don't care at all about them because they're not even human, but they meant a lot to me, and them dying like that, I just have no words. And I really hope they're having a fun time up in heaven, wherever they are, wherever they may find themselves. I hope that they're enjoying themselves. But to get into this video, um, we got here. I'm gonna actually start off with the small buffs, nerfs, or adjustments. Most of them are buffs. I mean, I never really thought really much about nerfing anybody, but even if I did, I don't think I'd find really many things to nerf. But I'm gonna start off here with the Dark Prince. The Dark Prince, his shield, I don't know if his shield maybe should be like maybe just 1 HP, but no, I think his shield's pretty good for now. I'm just gonna talk about the main things I think about. So with the Dark Prince, what I think is that he should have more HP on himself, like not his shield, but him. Like when he loses his shield, he seems to die pretty fast. It seems to be pretty good, but honestly, I think it could have a little bit more. This is just my honest opinion on this video about all these things. This is what I think. I did not copy anybody or anything. Next, we got the Mega Minion, which did just come out not too long ago. But the Mega Minion is really good. I'm using it in my deck. It's really good to counter a lot of things. The only thing is it's a little slow. It does do a lot of damage, but it dies really fast. It seems to die a little bit too fast. But I'm not saying upgrade its health. Maybe make it a little bit faster. Like that would be better. Like not too OP, but good enough, I would think, because it is only 3. So next we got the skeletons. They did have it at 4, but then they changed it to 3 skeletons. I think personally it should be 4 skeletons again. I mean, it's 1 elixir. 4 skeletons aren't gonna freaking destroy everything. It's 4 skeletons. I don't really know why you changed it to 3, but I mean, like, you could have just started off with 3, so I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I think 4 skeletons was a better idea than 3. Because they're not crazily overpowered. I mean, 4 of them would be just enough to counter. I think 3 is a little bit too light. Next we got the Spear Goblins. They only do half. I think they do a little bit less than half the damage as a regular goblin. That, like the little goblins that shank. I think the Spear Goblins should do at least a little bit more damage. They seem to do a little bit too less. They don't do enough. Like, they're not really good at countering too much. I mean, they're pretty good at countering a lot and distracting and everything and hitting air, but they just don't do enough damage. I know they only cost 2, but I think they should do at least a little bit more damage. Just a tiny bit, at least. At least add like at least 1/3 or 1/2 the damage, I would say. Next, the cannon. I would say, compared to how crappy the cannon is, I'd say take away a little bit of the health of the cannon, just a tiny little bit of health, so nerf, and then change it to 2 elixir. That's what I would say. I would say change the cannon to 2 elixir, and it's just not good enough. It can't hit air, it can only hit ground. It shoots kind of slow, it doesn't do crazy amount, just sits there, doesn't move. So 2 elixir for a cannon I think would be more reasonable, even though 3 isn't a whole lot. I'm just saying. Next we got archers. For 3 elixir, archers just seem to be probably the weakest trooper. I mean, they do a lot of their damage is pretty good. I'm not saying change anything but their health. I mean, they should probably have a little bit more health, I would say, for how much they cost. 3 elixir for 2 archers, I would say give them probably 1/3 more health would make them a lot better. These are buffs or changes, adjustments that I would think would actually be more reasonable to make them all like more equal to each other instead of like having them off. That's why I'm saying these. Next we get the Tesla. I think the Tesla should shoot maybe a little bit slower, or do a little bit less damage, at least a little bit less damage, and shoot a little bit slower. I mean, it does have the ability to hide. Then it shreds P.E.K.K.A.s and stuff. It just shreds a lot of stuff. It's pretty dang good. I think it should just it should do less damage, honestly. It does cost 4 though, so but I think that it should shoot at least a little bit slower, do a little bit less damage. The mortar, I would say the mortar should shoot faster for sure. The mortar costs 4, but I mean, like, the musketeer is just so much better, like, or the mini P.E.K.K.A. or something. I mean, compared to the mortar, it's just garbage. The mortar's garbage. The mortar can't counter many things. I mean, it can't even counter a skeleton army. I mean, yeah, it mortars it, but the rest of the skeletons just tear it apart, and if something gets too close, the mortar can't shoot it. So I would say make the mortar shoot a little bit faster, at least a little bit. The wizard, sorry if you can hear my dogs barking, but I would say the wizard should have a little bit more HP, just slightly. This is just a slight buff for the wizard. I'd say he just should have a little bit more HP. Next we got the royal giant. I mean, either the royal giant should shoot a little bit faster again, because I know they just nerfed him and everything, but I think they should make the royal giant so that he shoots a little bit faster, or take away like one fifth of his HP, 1/5 of it, and then make him 5 elixir, because for 6 elixir the giant is just so much better than the royal giant. It's just way better. Next we get the guards. The guards, they have no basic health. Their basic health should be more. They should have way more basic health. I'm not saying change their shield at all. I'm just saying give them more basic health than they actually do have. Next we get the baby dragon. I would definitely say the baby dragon should shoot faster for sure. The baby dragon should shoot at least a little bit faster. Next we got the lightning. I think the lightning should do more damage. Like, it only has 3 shots, and it can only hit 3 targets. And it only does like 200 damage. Something like that. I think it should do maybe double that for 6 elixir and can only hit 3 targets. I think the lightning should do like at least 1/3 or double, 1/2, sorry, or double what they do. The P.E.K.K.A. should swing from 1.8 hit speed to 1.5 is what I would say. A little bit faster. That would make it so much better, because it's just not as good right now. Next we got the golem. I think the golem should do more damage. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit more. And then the golemites should do more damage when the golemites are there. I'm not saying change the health or anything. I'm just saying the golem should do more damage, the golemites should do more damage. And then when the golem explodes and the golemites explode, they only do like 70 damage or 40 or something, very low like that. I mean, it should do a lot more explosive damage than that. That seems way too low to me. And lastly, we got the lava hound, which honestly I've been using the lava hound a lot and I can win a lot. It's just the lava hound is not worth what, not for a legendary. For legendary, the ice wizard, the miner, the princess is just so much better. So much better. I would definitely say that the lava hound should cost 6, probably even 5 elixir. Or, I mean, they should make the lava hound do double the damage it does. It only does 45 or something damage at level 1. It should do at least 80 damage, and the pups should do more damage. The pups do the exact same amount of damage as the lava hound does. I think they should either make them do a lot more damage, all of them, or make it so that it only costs less, that it only costs 6 or 5 or 6, because it seems a little bit too weak in ways. But next I actually got cool card ideas, and I will tell you if they're not my ideas. But if they're not, I mean, if they are my ideas, I just won't say that they're anyone else's. If they are someone else's idea, I'll mention it beforehand. But I'll just continue here. We got, first I came up with a gold collector, which is probably not a good idea, honestly, but because I mean, it would slowly collect gold every like 2 gold every like 5 seconds for you, like, so you can actually spend like when out of the game, like out of that game, like to spend on like upgrading cards or buying stuff from the shop or something. But then the thing about that is, when you're in tournaments or when you're in like friendly battles, you could really use that. So I would say only usable in actual battles. Next, I got the triple mega minion, which would only cost 7. I don't know if I said the gold collector's elixir cost, so I'll just say now 5. But back to the triple mega minions, I would say they cost 7, and it would just be purely 3 mega minions like the 3 musketeers. Next, we got the duo dark princes, which is 2 dark princes that only cost 7, which is 1 elixir less than than if you were to just put down 2. Or to mirror it, it would be 2 more than 7. It would be 9. But for this, it would be putting 2 dark princes down at the same time for only 7 elixir, and that's it. And then next we got the spear goblin swarm, which would put like 8 spear goblins out, which isn't too crazily overpowered. But if it's just against a tower, they throw really fast. So I mean that would cost at least 5, I would say. Next we got, you know, the bomber on Clash of Clans, how he just runs up and blows himself up into like the walls. Like I would say put that in this game, like, cause he'd only cost 3, but he does a lot of damage. He like blows himself up as soon as he gets to an enemy or something, but he only attacks ground obviously and only blows up ground. But that would be a really good idea, because if you can get him to a tower or get him behind stuff, or you can sacrifice him to like take out a swarm, he would be pretty good. And it's not gonna like he's gonna be too overpowered, because he's not gonna be able to get to the tower if you have anything to distract him, because he just instantly kill himself. So you wouldn't have to worry about him killing that thing and then going to your tower or anything, right? So it's a mega damage that you don't have, that's not crazily overpowered, I would say. Next we got the archer spawner, which would cost 6, which spawns 1 archer every 8 seconds, and does have a short lifespan of 50 seconds, because archers can do a little bit of damage. So just coming out at the tower like that. Next we got the dragon, like the regular dragon, not the baby dragon, but like the regular dragon from Clash of Clans, except this one has really long range. It's like constantly breathing fire when it's doing damage. It's like splash damage of just fire coming out and doesn't stop. It's shooting fire until it starts moving again. And while it's shooting out fire, it's really low damage, but it's long range and splashes a lot of stuff. So I would say the dragon would cost 5 or 6, probably 5. 5 or 6. I'm not exactly sure about that. But next we got the ice dragon, which would be the exact same as the regular dragon, except it's like the ice wizard. It would be the ice dragon, which the ice dragon would slow troops, and it would do a little bit less damage than the regular dragon that I was talking about last. And it would cost 7 elixir because it's so overpowered. 6 or 7 elixir. I'd probably say 7 because it has such a long range and splash damage in every way. Yeah, probably 7. Next we get the lava pups, which would you just spawn in 5 lava pups. It's a card just to spawn in lava pups, which would probably cost 4 to spawn 5 lava pups. They are a little bit slow, so maybe 3 elixir cost, but I'm not sure. Next we got the trap. So you put a trap down, and it would be kind of like a trap. Like if someone, like an enemy, stepped on it, it would just hold them in position for a few seconds where you can like take him out. He can't hit or do anything. He'd just be stuck there, which would probably cost 1 or 2 elixir, something like that. Or it could be like a spring trap where it would like spring them off the map, or like somewhere it's like it would spring them like a little bit back a few tiles, or maybe all the way back to their spawn or something like that, like way back to the beginning of their place. Next we got the archer queen, the barbarian king, the archer queen and the barbarian king, which is actually, I was thinking about that, but Galadon did come up with that before me, so I cannot take the credit for that one. The archer queen and the barbarian king are 2 that I did not come up with, but that would be really cool additions to the game. Next we got the builder as rumored. That would be pretty cool. But another idea for the builder could be like you spawn a builder in, he costs 5, and then he'd slowly like fix, like heal like buildings. He can't heal anything but buildings. Like he'd be healing like your Inferno Tower, maybe even like your Arena Tower. Do you know how cool that would be? Or annoying that would be? That would probably be way too annoying to do, and probably defeat a lot of purposes of the game. But next, this one's a lot. I thought this was really cool troop. The healer, the exact same as Clash of Clans, the Clash of Clans version. It would heal troops. It can't heal towers or buildings or anything, but it can heal troops, and would be a really good asset to the team. I would say a really good asset to the team. Would probably cost 5 elixir. Yeah, sorry about that. I cut out my stupid mic and only go out for 15 minutes, but then I have to start recording another one, another track, it's called. But next we got the sweeper, which is the exact same purpose as the Clash of Clans version. Um, it blows away air troops, not like completely off the map, but it would blow them back to their spawn. So it wouldn't cost very much, probably 2 or 3 elixir. Next, sorry, I wrote them all down on this sheet here because I have a really bad memory. Next we got the air defense, which is the exact same as like the Clash of Clans version. So you can see that I didn't come up with a lot of these myself. I just went on the sorry, fluffy or something, little fluffy thing flew in my mouth. Flying through the air, you know those little things. Those little things that go in the air, and yeah, I know you think I'm crazy, so I'm just gonna continue. The air defense, it would do a lot of damage against air things, but its only use would be against air. So yeah, probably a lot of people wouldn't use that, but I would say it only costs 2 or 3. Next we got the elixir storage, which would allow you to have 1 extra above max elixir in the arena. So that would probably cost 4 elixir. That would be pretty sick, honestly. That would be pretty cool. But wouldn't have a crazily good purpose to it. So maybe to allow you to have 2 more above or something. Maybe, I don't know. That's probably a bad idea, but I'm not sure. Next we got the giant bomb, which is just, it's like the giant bomb on Clash of Clans. You just place it down, anything that comes to it blows up. It can't move, it can't do anything, it blows itself up when something comes to it. And I guess would slowly, it would have a lifetime and it would tick down after time, because then you could just constantly be placing them down and they all just be sitting there, and your side would just be absolutely invulnerable. So next we got the archer tower, which is cheap, probably only 4, and can hit ground and air, and has an archer sitting on top. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff kind of like that on it, but and then this next one, the wizard tower, it totally ruins the purpose of the bomb tower. But the wizard tower is the exact same idea as the bomb tower, splash damage, which is this wizard shooting splash damage, but he can hit ground and air troops. So that would probably make no use to the bomb tower unless they made the bomb tower 4 and the wizard tower 6 or something like that. I don't know. That's probably still, I don't know, but that was just an idea. Next we got the healing spell, which is a spell you put down that probably costs 4. It would have a huge large radius you'd put down on a pile of troops, and it would slowly be healing. Pretty good on offense. It wouldn't heal your towers or anything, just troops. And next, the clone spell I was thinking of, but then the mirror would just be no point either. So, but I mean, maybe the clone spell would slowly clone stuff that walks through it. I mean, the clone spell, this is probably a bad idea, but you could put it down and then it would last for like maybe 10 seconds or something. It would only clone troops that are like less than 3 elixir as they walk through it. If you put them down behind it and they walk through it, it would clone them once. Like, so if there's 3 spear goblins, it would clone to make 6 spear goblins, but could only clone them once. I think that would be a pretty cool idea. Next we got the haste spell, which does ruin the rage kind of, but this was on Clash of Clans, so it doubles the speed and hit speed of the troops. Doesn't boost them or anything, but makes them, maybe not hit speed, but doubles their speed at least. I don't know, probably speed and hit speed. But next, this one's a crazy idea that probably is the dumbest idea. The Dark Elixir Collector costs 2 elixir, and it produces Dark Elixir, and does not slowly tick down and die over time. It does not have a lifetime, but does have very low health and only costs 2. So it would last there forever unless someone else destroys it. And the purpose of that is so that you slowly get Dark Elixir, which you can use that Dark Elixir to buy only these troops that I list below, or like new troops added to the game that would cost Dark Elixir and you can't buy with regular Elixir. I'm not talking about the witch and everything, I'm talking about brand new troops that would cost Dark Elixir only, which this would probably be a dumb idea, because if you destroy the Elixir Collector, I don't know, the Dark Elixir Collector, but anyways, I got, what is it here, I got the Okay, so some of the cards that come up with here are the Dark Skeletons, which would cost 2, which would, like, or maybe the Dark Knight, or maybe the Headless Horseman, or maybe the Dark Rocket, which the Dark Rocket would do the exact same amount of damage as the regular rocket, except to the tower as well, which honestly would probably make sense because it would be so hard to get. And then we get the Dark Wizard, maybe the Dark Mini P.E.K.K.A. or the Dark P.E.K.K.A. or something like that. I mean, you could just make really good cards, but you can only get them with Dark Elixir and stuff. Like, that would be pretty cool, right? So those are my ideas for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed making it, so I hope you guys have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next video. Demon out.